Aye, number 11. Old Sid used to live there. He was a canny soul, kept himself to himself, never bothered anybody. We called him Old Sid when we were kids, but he was probably only about 50 then. Later on I worked in the factory with him for a short while when I was an apprentice. We got on all right, although he never used to talk much. Nothing common really. Him being an old soldier and me a young modern teenager, I was fed up with hearing stories about the bloody war. Boring. There were more important things to think about then. Fashion, music, football, lasses. Especially lasses. He did once tell us a bit about himself though. I wasn't really interested to be honest, but I let him ramble on one tea break when he seemed a bit down and wanted to talk. He used to live in Askew Road when he was young. He had a girlfriend who lived down the Bankies. That's right on the banks of the Tyne. He used to run along from the Tyne Bridge, under the Redcliffe Bridge, and down to the Thames, towards Dunstan. He used to play along there when we were kids. There wasn't many houses left down there by then. Anyway, he really liked this lass. Even when he got moved to a council estate up Sheriff Hill, he still kept in touch with her. When he left school, he started working in a factory and was making plans to marry her. But the war started and he got called up. He was only 19. Actually, that shook us a bit. I wasn't much younger myself at the time. I remember I shivered at the thought of fighting and getting killed in a war at that age. I'd only ever watched war films at the pictures. I hadn't realised how young some of the soldiers had been and how many never came back. He lost touch with his lass during the war years. When it was all over, he came home, tried to find her. He went down the Bankies, but the house had been demolished by the German air raids. They'd bombed that area a lot because of the munitions factories and the shipyards in the banks of the Tyne. He found out her family had all been evacuated to the country, but he never found out where, or even if she'd survived. I remember he got pretty upset when he was telling us this. It was embarrassing really. I didn't know where to look. You didn't expect to see a grown man cry, not during your tea break. Anyway, later on he started courting another lass. They eventually got married, but it didn't work out, and they split up after a couple of years. He just lived on his own now, in number 11 Morley Avenue. But he'd never forgotten his lass on the Bankies. He still carried around some old photographs of her. Sad really. Sometimes I gone down to Gateshead, to the place where I once used to live, and I take a walk down by the Bankies and under the old Redcliffe Bridge. I remember a house used to stand there, and I wasn't much more than a bairn when I courted the lassie that lived there. Mine, things have changed since then. Well, I thought that she looked like an angel, dressed in a hand-me-down clothes. I can still hear the sound of her laughing. I can still see the smile on her face. But then we got moved by the council to one of them housing estates. There was nae fields and nae grassy banks there, and I lost track of all me mates. But I still used to gan down and see her as many nights as I could. I was determined to keep us together. No, she'd got into me blood. I got work as a factory apprentice, and I thought I might ask for a hand. Then along came a bloke they called Hitler, who put paid to all me plans. I went on and joined in the army. They gave us some boots and a gun, and I promised them I'd do me duty and fight till the fighting was done. I wrote a stack of love letters, but what happened, I just can't tell. Maybe she never received them, or she might have found somebody else. But when I came back to Gateshead, the house had been bombed in the war, and the family'd been moved to the country, so I never saw her anymore. Well, I married another young lassie, but we didn't get on our grand. In a couple of years we were parted, and now I just live on me hand. But I've still got a job in the factory. It pays for me rent and me beer. I suppose me life's quite satisfactory, but sometimes I get a bit scared. I love that lass on the Bankies, and that doesn't matter anymore, but it still brings a tear to me eyes when I sit down and think about her. Well, I thought that you looked like an angel, dressed in a hand-me-down clothes. I can still hear the sound of her laughing, I can still see the smile on her face. I can still hear the sound of her laughing, I can still see the smile on her face. Well, I thought that she looked like an angel, dressed in a hand-me-down clothes. I can still hear the sound of her laughing, I can still see the smile on her face.